This shocking video of two large dogs bounding along the side of the DVP has been making the rounds on social media to the outrage of dog lovers everywhere and is now the subject of an animal services investigation. It is hard to imagine somebody's pets running along this highway, but City News has learned that this is not the first time that those two dogs, named Charlie and Stephen, have gotten away from their owner and made their way onto a busy roadway. One viewer tells us she had to rescue one from the neighboring Bayview Extension. We were alerted to the story when some dog owners found Charlie wandering in the Riverdale off-leash area and his owner was nowhere to be found. Alex Portman and his husband took him in. Animal Services was called, but no one claimed him for 2 days. A few days later, the devastating video appeared.
It was a really cold day, it was really snowy, and not only were the dogs' lives in danger because they were running along the highway, but now we've got people who are driving down the DVP that could possibly hit these dogs, and so now people's lives are in danger as well.
Even more shocking, Alex says, is that he was told that one or both of the pups had been found loose and wound up in the custody of Animal Services at least 11 times. Animal Services itself has told City News they have a record of 6 incidents since August, and each time the animals were returned to their owner.
But there seemed to be a lack of any sort of willingness to look at their process and maybe see what can be done better so that these animals don't escape 11 times and end up running along the highway.
So concerned was Alex about what he calls the lack of due diligence on the part of Animal Services, he and his husband wrote a letter to the city, pointing out that at the very least the owner should have been fined for several violations, including allowing his dogs to run at large. That alone is a $365 fine. The letter requested that they be informed of their reasons for waiving these fees and asking that the owner be held accountable, as all other pet owners would be. Animal Services confirmed to us that the owner has not had any fines levied against him and that there's no limit to the number of times a stray animal can be brought into their care. The impound fee is $40 for the first day and $20 for every subsequent day.
I know that my dogs are being stolen. I'm not at fault.
I spoke to the owner of the 2 dogs today, who for now we have chosen not to name. He agreed his dogs have been impounded about 6 times since August, but says in each case the dogs have been taken unlawfully.
So your story is that people have stolen your dogs from Riverdale Park?
Yes.
And then let them loose on the highway?
I'm now going to say that the person that was on the trail, and she knows who she is, was the one that let them loose on the highway.
I find that very hard to believe. And I guess my main question to you is that you don't seem very concerned about the well-being of your animals.
Well, that's kind of funny because I've called police.
Toronto police confirmed to me that a report was made to them but was dismissed after finding, quote, no criminal offense. Animal Services confirms that the dogs are still in their possession, though they have not provided an explanation why the owner has not been fined. We will continue to follow up with this story.